So I am dating again. Embarrassed to say. I'm on Raya and Bumble. Raya is like a silent disco. Bumble is... Verdict is still out. I have gone on dates on Bumble, so better yield as far as dates. But I'm also realizing men don't know how to ask women out, so I'm gonna help you out. This is how you ask a woman out. Repeat after me. I would like to take you out and get to know you better. Are you free Friday night? There's a insert spot I would like to take you. Can I pick you up? Yes or no? Yes. What's your address? Give me your phone number. May I have your phone number? No. Well, here's the address. I'll meet you there at said time. Let me know if you change your mind. I could also call you an Uber. Period. That is how you ask a woman out nowadays. You're welcome.
You know, sometimes I'll make a video talking about my problems I'm having with a woman or problems I've had with one. Inevitably, there'll be a man in my comment saying, don't focus on women, focus on yourself, don't date, just focus, things like that, like don't date, whatever. Unfortunately for you, my guy, I do want a family, and I want a family not when I'm older. Like, I don't want to be an old dad. Like, I don't want to have kids when I'm 40 or in my late 30s, preferably in between now and the age of 30. Like, preferably I start having kids there, and I'm married first, of course, married first. But I want a wife. I want kids. Like, I want that for myself. I know there's a lot of men out there that don't care about wanting a family and all that stuff, and they're fine with just sleeping with women and having their fun. I don't want that. I want to be married. I want to be a husband. I want a wife. I want children, right? I want to hold my creation in my hands. And unfortunately, you have to date to do that. You got to go through that whole middle part before you have a wife and before you're a husband. So, I mean,
women are purposely staying single because men aren't men anymore. So let's take some time to unpack this. Because the men that we were too insensitive, we were too sexist, we were too emotionally unavailable, we were too dangerous. But now that we're trying to grow and see ourselves beyond the identities of provider and protector, somehow we're not real men anymore. What is it that those same men that we've been trying to get away from, that you've been asking us to stop being, what is the difference between them and who we are today? Because we're starting to communicate a whole lot more. We're starting to practice emotional intelligence. And you know what's funny? As soon as we started talking and speaking far more honestly about how we feel, specifically about women, that's when the problem started. What men are expressing today is no different than what the men before us were feeling but never said. From what I'm gathering, as long as we kept it to ourselves, as long as we stayed quiet, everything was fine. I mean, it almost feels like another version of shut up and dribble. If my emotions don't matter unless you agree with them, you really don't value my emotions. There's no benefit to me being open and honest with you if every time that I open up, I'm gonna get punished for it. But let's keep the ball rolling. What if it's about money? Men are more comfortable having the 50-50 conversation than they used to be when it came to traditional roles. But I feel like we should understand by now that this economy demands a dual income household. So are we not real men because we don't want to shoulder the weight of all the finances in the relationship? Because if that's the case, what was the fight for when it came to equality and breaking the glass ceiling? I'll wrap it up like this. Don't try to say we're not real men because you don't benefit from us like you used to. If you don't want the men that we were, you also reject what men like that provided. Men aren't customizable. You don't get to pick and choose what we are and what you get. Women have to give men the opportunity to, one, be themselves, but two, they have to give themselves the opportunity to get to know the men that they ask for.
To the women who liked to date men, and only women who like to date men only, this message is for you. If you are not a woman who enjoys or wants to date a man, then keep on scrolling. My rent is $6,000. My nails, $150. My hair, $300 minimum. All right, my facials, at least 200, 250. So I pay for all this myself. I do not expect a man to take care of this for me because he is my partner, not my father. All right? I think the men have left now. Ladies, when a man invites you over to his apartment or his house for the first time, please rob him. Please understand that this man wants you to rob him.
This is why I say women hate other women. And this is why you don't take advice from a lot of these women that you see online. Because what she's telling other women to do is to rob somebody so they can go to jail. God forbid, if you ever have camera of you stealing, you're f***ed. I'm telling you, women hate women. They do. Because then you wouldn't give some dumb advice like that.
This is the reason why so many career-driven women have problems in the dating world. A lot of these women aren't staying in their physical lane or their mental lane when it comes to the men. Because now you want these men that make all this here money and do all of these here things for you, which is a very small percentage of men. If you say, I want a man that make $100,000, you eliminated 85% of all men. 85%, that leaves you 15%. Half of that 15% is married. 7.5%. Half of them live with their alternative lifestyle. Take that down to 3.5%, 4% that you got to choose from. Then you want him over 6 feet, 2%. He can't be obese, 1%. You don't like Sagittarius, Leos, or Cancers. Well, now you at 0.5% of a man that you got to look for. You got to find him, and then he got to like you back. That type of man that makes that type of money has requirements for a woman too that now you have to meet. This is why so many women are struggling that make money when they step out here into the dating world because they're unrealistic for their dating pool.
Women love when they get what they want. That's it.
You need.
So there's no loyalty. Loyalty doesn't exist.
What I'm trying to say here, and any man who's been to divorce or had problems with women will agree with me and understand exactly what I'm saying. Women are loyal to how they feel. If you make them feel a certain way, then they're loyal to that feeling, which is loyal to you. Women aren't loyal to anything outside of how they feel. Men actually are more loyal than women because men, like I said, can suffer gracefully. Women can't. Men will be loyal to a society. Men will be loyal to a race. Men will be loyal to their friends. Women can't even get along for 5 minutes amongst themselves. Men will be best friends for 50 years. Men are loyal. We know loyalty completely. We'll go die in a ditch for a flag. You want to talk about loyalty? Men are loyal. Women aren't loyal. Women are, how do I feel today? You can take a woman on a private jet to a mansion in Miami and have the best time. She'll tell you how much she loves you. And then the next day when she's mad at you, she will literally say verbatim, you never give me anything. You don't take care of me. You reject me. I'm not looked after. She'll forget 12 hours before where she had the world. Because women are only care about how they feel. They don't even think. They just feel. And what they feel is absolute gospel truth. And it matters more than society, matters more than everything else. They don't give a shit about World War II. They don't give a shit their grandfathers died. They don't give a fuck about England. They don't give a fuck about anything. Because they only care about how they feel. Whereas a man might sit and say, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to suffer for the greater good of my race, my nation, my ideals. So men are loyal. Women love when they get what they want. That's it.
You need.
When women are in positions of power, they tend to f over everybody, including themselves. So when you give women the power in any relationship dynamic, what's her choice? To disrespect you and start talking to other dudes. Does that help her or the guy? No. She's gonna lose the house. She's gonna lose the kids. No one wins. You guys might think they're CEO or business-owned women. No, dude, they're being managed by some dude. They're not doing this all by themselves. There's always a guy in the picture who's helping them out. There's someone leading them. So there's no such thing as woman leading anything. When women lead, they lead it into the ground.
What makes a woman stand out in today's dating world?
I would say this is going to be a tough one for you to swallow because today with all these girls posting their thotty pictures all over Instagram and the internet, I think a girl who's more reserved is going to stand out today when it comes to modern dating a little bit more. Good news is the key thing that makes a woman stand out is really just her looks. Guys will look past a lot of things as long as the girl's pretty enough.
How does a conservative woman get found in today's world?
That's a great question. How does a conservative woman get found in today's world?
Why do men look for housewives when they don't have a house?
Why are men concerned with gold diggers when they have no gold to dig?
Oh, it's only okay.
I'm just curious.
Okay, hold on.
I'm just wondering. Just a question.
First things first. That's too much.
You want a woman to cook in your kitchen? What kitchen? Where? Where is it?
I have all the potential to have a house and be great and have a kitchen. I don't have it yet.
And, you know, I don't think these modern women truly understand that men know how to ask women out. They understand the process of it. It's just that a lot of these modern women are asking for too much. It used to be you just meet there. And, you know, I guess back in the day, it was a little bit, people perceived it to be a little bit safer. Now with the, I can't even say advent, because, you know, you're just like, oh, we're just inventing, we're just creating serial killers. Now, you know, when you had Son of Sam and Richard Ramirez and those people kind of running around, Ted Bundy and stuff like that, then people were like, no, we're not doing that. So I get it from that perspective. But asking somebody to call you an Uber when you could drive yourself, I mean, you wouldn't be asking your friend to call you an Uber. If you were going out, unless you are a super important person, you're not getting an Uber. And that's what it's time for modern women to understand. You're not super important. You might be important to the people around you, but until you get to know this man, you guys are not super important to each other.
Dating apps are losing users as more people report burnout, ghosting fatigue, and dissatisfaction with swipe culture. Let's talk about it. Because quite frankly, I don't know about anybody else, but I despise dating apps for multiple reasons. Number one, I know that it's probably a little hard to believe because I am so social online. But y'all, I'm really naturally introverted, and I also did not get a lot of attention growing up. I was the bullied, okay? Not the bully, I was the bullied. And I kind of had like that ugly duckling syndrome, even though I was never ugly, but I just ain't know it. All of the things, right? So it already gave me severe anxiety to be put up on a platter like a menu item, to just be swiping left and right. I don't necessarily like that. But the introvert in me likes the online aspect because, like, it's not in public. You know what I'm saying? Could you imagine swiping left and right in person? Embarrassed. That's like that popping a balloon thing, but that's a different video for a different day because y'all know I don't like that. Anyway, the thing is, right, the ghosting fatigue, the burnout, like the options, especially Hinge be getting on my nerve. Talk about some, we found a perfect guy for you. He's very compatible, and whole time it's a gremlin. Because what do you mean? I know you didn't just send that over here. Go to the back, because I know you got some more in the back. And I'm not paying for your little funky app. I done did that already. Still gremlins. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think somebody is behind it. Anyway, I want to know what y'all think, because I be finding people on the online streets who be saying that they found they love through the apps. I feel like some of y'all lying. It can't be that I'm the only person. It can't be that I'm the only person who just not experiencing it. Am I tripping or not? Let me know in the comments.
Women are always told to choose better men, like it's their problem, the men are bad.
How about taking that dreaded first step towards some personal accountability and realize that a lot of women, in fact, do need to choose better? Because a lot of times, some women tend to choose the same types of men that have the same bad characteristics over and over again and decide that it's all men that share those characteristics.
The men are never told to be better men.
Has someone not been paying attention? Because there are multitudes of individuals out there telling men every single day that they need to be better. But I guess someone must have missed that.
It's much easier for a man to choose to be better than a woman to choose better, because a lot of these men are wolves in sheep's clothing.
Really? Exactly how difficult is it for some women out there to actually understand the characteristics that make a good man as opposed to just an attractive man? Because a lot of women will simply date on what they find attractive versus what should be considered for a relationship. And that's the main problem there.
So I'm a single mom, and I'm starting to date for the first time since becoming a single mom, or becoming a mom in general. And it is so different than when I didn't have a kid. Like, the dating process and just the way I'm looking at potential guys is so different. Like, I am so protective of my daughter, and just the standards that I have, not only for myself, but for her, is so different. And it's so scary putting myself back out there again and potentially, you know, getting feelings for someone, because it's not only my heart on the line. Like, they're not ready to meet my daughter at all. It'll be a long time before that happens, but it's just so frightening.
All right, if you're in your 20s, you know dating is cooked. It's over for us. I literally just like don't even care anymore. There's so many reasons. Like, one, dating apps are terrible. It's a bunch of just like matching, complimenting, never talking. Matching, saying, hey, let's make plans, never talking. There's literally no point. It's just a game. It's literally like Clash of Clans at this point. And like, also, even if you do get to that point, you have to go through like a week-long period of like texting and like stalking each other's social media to like see if you would like them. That's not how you get to know somebody in real life. Like, if I meet someone that I'm interested in, I'm off the rip, like, let's hang out. I want to get to know someone in real life, not like over text. That's just how I am. That's how it should be, right? And like, pursuing people in public is cooked because you're like creepy and weird if you do that, especially at the gym, which is like the best place to find like someone you actually want.
The reason girls and guys are no longer dating as much is because half of women read fiction books, whereas only 1 in 4 men read fiction books. Instead, they focus on self-help, making them more individualistic.
Right. It's men's fault. Again, would you believe we're finding another way to blame men for whatever because of what? Thing is, the real reason men and women are not dating anymore is because women are entitled AF. Women think they deserve the world, and men just don't want to tolerate a woman who brings nothing to the table anymore, who can't even give them peace, who can't respect them, and who honestly can't love them in the way that they need. Therefore, women are staying single because, like I said, they don't respect men, and they think that they rule the world and they deserve the top 0.0000001% of men, and men have just had it and get a pet instead. That's actually the real reason why.
I think that women are significantly more narcissistic. I think filters, women are starting to think they actually look like they're filters. Like, I swear to God,
true.
when I go on social media and I say younger women are more attractive than older women, you know what I get? I get married 37-year-old mothers tweeting at me their selfies, proving to me that they are the epitome of hotness. My God, these always get millions of views. Now, if I do women like rich men, I don't get men tweeting at me that they're poor and they can still get women. I don't see it. I don't think we live in reality because I don't think men ever really correct us.
Men tend to become friends with women to sneak their way into relationships. Okay, so this might be something that women don't want to accept. I think they innately understand it, but they will never admit it because they need multiple men. They need friends because let's say I say I'm going to take care of you and I don't. Where are they going to go to? They need someone else to hop to, right? So they're going to keep multiple men around for this reason. That gives her a little bit of security and in a sense to protect themselves from you not handling your responsibility. So they have male orbiters and men that are friends and these type of things. The men, and he will continue to push. He will continue to text message her. He will be just a friend. Right. And she'll be like, oh, it's just Johnny. You don't have to worry about him. And Johnny is positioning himself to be the fall.
Because happy women ain't in the streets like that. Happy women don't even post on the internet like that. We know y'all tricks. You're not fooling us men. We know if she start back posting half naked pictures, she back single again and she trying to make her ex mad. If she start posting vacations and random turn-ups and cocktail hours, she want to make her ex jealous. If she start posting gym progress photos and random targets runs, she want to let her ex know that she's focusing on herself. If she start posting life quotes, she want to let her ex know that she's healed, sealed, and delivered. And oh yeah, the booty pic is not the thirst trap. The real thirst trap is her selfie photo. We know
women don't like to acknowledge this, but really attractive women who are confident and simple, girl next door type women, they don't need all this stuff. Okay. They don't do all this stuff because they don't need all this stuff because they just look really good without it. Right. And their appeal is that guys know that if they spend the night and then you roll over and the next morning and you look at them, it looks like the same person. Right. It's not a costume party the night before and a horror film the next day. Also, they're not going to be like getting their nails and doing this. Like, they tend to prioritize the right things.
When will shorties learn that dudes don't want to wife up shorties that smashed everybody?
Like, a secure man won't really ask you about your body count, I feel like. I mean, why does he care / want to know? Like, that's none of your business. Like, I don't ask, like, that's not even a thing I really think about. It's like, what's this man's body count? Unless he's like the town bike or the community bike, which I've encountered a few times, which I get wary about those guys. I'm sure they get wary about me too. So it's a two-way street. It's an antiquated way of thinking.
Yo, imagine me going into a bank with some badass credit and I want them to give me a loan. And they tell me no. And I'm like, you know what? A secure bank is going to give me a loan. That's where I'm going to go. Like, she sounds idiotic as hell. And you could tell she's again, the women that are ashamed of like this are the ones with the high body count. Because a woman with a low body count that's secure in how she respects her body and all that, she ain't gonna give a on none of this. She's out for the streets. And yo, men value purity and women value experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, as for a man, it's hard to get. Since for a woman, you know, it's easy. So it's respected for a man that's able to get his. That's just how it is. If you call a plumber, you know, for your toilet and you got an expensive bathroom and the plumber's like, yo, it's my first day on the job. No, bro, I need a veteran. I need someone experienced. And that's how that works, bro. Women want an experienced person. They want someone that knows what they're doing. This chick, obviously, you know, you heard her. She's come across those guys because she's ashamed. She's a you know, and whores are not to be wifed up. That shit is gross. So, you know, there's consequences for high body counts with a lot of trauma, not being able to be a good wife because, you know, of everything you've experienced, a lot of baggage when it comes to all the dudes you can compare the current guy to. Nobody wants none of that. Dudes don't want to be compared. So this is just another jump off mad that, you know, she's gotten rammed a lot and there's not much future for her besides maybe a simp or dudes that just want to blow her back out continuously. And then that's it. On to the next one. So stay pure and we don't want none of this.
It's funny to me because a lot of these modern women, they're not aware of how their attitude is, how they present, or how they show up to other people. So while they're calling everybody else a gremlin, maybe you don't look like a gremlin, which is a plus, but your attitude is gremlin-like. Your attitude is Wicked Witch of the West-like. And that's probably the biggest thing. Once again, we have a saying, even though she's beautiful, even though she's pretty, there's probably a man somewhere that's sick of her stuff. Sick of it. You can be pretty, but I'm sick and tired. There's a couple that just came to mind, but I'm not going to say their name. Everybody that already seen them. It's public, and you can't, I'm not saying that it was, but you have to wonder, with all of this stuff going on, beautiful woman, extremely beautiful woman. But the man was like, don't want to be in this relationship anymore. Oh, you fumbled her. Did he?
Men are always going to gain so much more from their relationships with women than women are going to gain from their relationships with men. And you can argue, oh, like, what if he does this for you or he's handy or, you know, you can hire someone. Like, there's just the mental energy that women give to men. It's
Shorty said that men gain more from being friends with women than women gain from being friends with men. And then she said, he gave the example of like, what if he's handy? What if he helps you with this, that, or third, da, 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 da. She said because women give more mental power, more mental energy in being friends with men. I'm sorry. Have you ever been friends with a woman before? A woman will come to you about her problems, right? And then you'll give her a solution to said problem, right? She won't listen to the solution, but she'll still complain about it. She will always be in a crisis, but never do anything to solve said crisis. And you don't think that's mentally taxing? Mind you, this isn't even just a perspective of a man being friends with a woman. I've heard women who are friends with women say this as well. What mental toll does it take on you to be friends with a man? Because men, this is so stupid. This is so stupid. A man might come to you because you're a woman and vent to you more than he would his male friends. But even in that, he's still looking for a solution, right? Your female friends are going to vent to you and not look for a solution. What have I gained from women being my friends? Not saying that like me being friends with men, I've gained so much. I'm just saying like, what have I gained from being friends with women? Honestly, the only people I've ever fallen off with on a friendship basis is women. Like those are like, I think I've fallen off with one dude who was a friend of mine, one guy in my whole life, one guy. Like, we had an actual falling out. But with women, there's always a falling out. Women rarely have best friends that last longer than 5 years. That's why when you ask a man, who's your best friend and when did you meet him, they'll say something like kindergarten, middle school. You ask a woman, hey, who's your best friend? Oh, I met her in college. How old are you? I'm 24. So like last year? Yeah, I'll just be saying nonsense, bro.
To the women who liked to date men.
Looks can be deceiving. Viewer discretion is advised.
And only women who like to date men only. This message is for you. My rent is $6,000. My nails, $150. My hair, $300 minimum. So I pay for all of this myself. I do not expect a man to take care of this for me because he is my partner, not my father.
Now, if you were to ask me, I don't see anything wrong with the stance that this woman took in her video. She is 100% right. He's your partner, not your father. So expecting him to do the things that your father did for you as a young girl wouldn't make any sense, because that would in turn prompt him to expect the things that his mom did for him as a young boy. And I'm sure a lot of y'all don't want to go down that road.
All right? I think the men have left now. Ladies, when a man invites you over to his apartment or his house for the first time, please rob him.
Remember earlier in the video when I told y'all looks could be deceiving? Yeah, I gotta be careful out here in these streets. I told y'all, this kind of stuff to the untrained eye looks so relatable. It looks so innocent. It's like, oh man, she's pushing out a good message, until she's not. Her message is, if a man invites you to his house on a first link up, rob him. Not decline his offer, not refuse his polite gesture, just rob him. That's her advice. And the immediate downside to all of this is, all those women that take this advice are not gonna make it out alive. And before you know it, Channel 7 News today, young woman meets a man on Hinge or something like that, and he blows her head off. Now, a lot of y'all are going to be up in arms about how men hate women, but none of y'all are going to address the fact that she was trying to rob that man, or she did rob that man. There is no way you want me to believe that women that give out advice like this actually care about women. This is some of the most dangerous you can ever do, especially on a first interaction. You don't know who the you're dealing with.
Please understand that this man wants you to rob him. All right? Go and take whatever is the most valuable thing that you can see in his place while he's going to the bathroom. If you don't think you can gather cash, jewelry, or any other valuables in 5 minutes or less, then go ahead and go into his wallet, take a cute little picture of the front and back of his credit card, and then leave before he comes out of the bathroom. And then make sure you block him. Because listen, if that man really was smart, he would have never invited a complete stranger into his house the first time he's meeting her.
Now, there is a part of this video that I actually do agree with. It is not very smart to invite a complete stranger to your spot, especially on the first link up. It's not. However, that does not trump the advice that this woman is giving. She's giving this advice like there's no consequences to it. Like, it can't happen. Like, he can't contact the authorities and they follow up and find you. Or if he takes matters into his own hands and finds you himself, then what? Men can't be as dangerous as y'all say they are. Because there's no way you think men are dangerous and you're willing to play with them in this manner. Ladies, despite your fellow woman giving you such horrible advice, here I am to provide some light in your darkness. If you meet a man and he's willing and ready to invite you over to his spot on the first link up and you're not comfortable, just don't go. If you are not in fact willing and ready to connect with this man on an intimate level, do not go to his spot. And even with all that I just said, I know y'all ain't gonna listen to shit I'm saying, because I'm just a normal guy. Y'all keep the change.
This is going to trigger a lot of women. And if it triggers you, that means it was meant for you. I don't avoid the truth just because someone's ego is not ready to take it. A lot of women proudly say I have standards, but what they really mean is I want a man who gives me everything while I give the bare minimum. You want a man who's emotionally mature, financially stable, loyal, masculine, emotionally intelligent, while you can't handle accountability. You don't know how to communicate. You expect him to read your mind. You don't want a partnership. You want a provider, a therapist, a mind reader, all in one man. You demand emotional maturity, but you get defensive the moment you're called out. You want consistency, but chase men who give you anxiety because chaos feels exciting. You say you want a masculine leader, but reject anything that requires you to show up feminine. You call it high standards, but it's really just entitlement. Standards aren't about what you demand from others. Standards are about what you demand from yourself. If you want emotional maturity, heal your triggers. If you want consistency, stop entertaining inconsistency. If you want depth, stop showing up shallow. If you want leadership, be someone worth leading. And that's why you keep getting hurt. Not because good men don't exist, but because you're not the woman your ideal man would choose. Build your standards on your character, not fantasies. Because when you call entitlement empowerment or feminism, it's not confidence, it's delusion.
I'm a woman. So what did you say?
I said women don't like dudes who got their own,
who don't need them. They rather deal with men who are not that intellectually aggressive, who gonna let them say what they want and do what they want. They rather deal with a man like, not saying you like that, but most women out here don't want to deal with a man who gonna say, baby, nah, don't wear that. Nah, baby, don't talk like that. They don't really want to deal with that. They rather deal with a dude who let them say and do whatever they want to do. And they think if a man be a man, he's toxic.
So my question was, do you with a real woman?
Let me answer that question.
And the reason why I asked
I'm
is
listening.
because if you with a real woman, she's going to agree with you. Hey, maybe I shouldn't step outside wearing this,
I respect that,
this
baby.
nasty ass shit.
Let me answer that. This is the problem. The real woman is standing too close to the hose, so we don't know the difference until we start talking to y'all. No, listen. I met a lot of women. It don't mean, I don't care if they from the hood. I don't care if they got two parents. Their interests are the same. It's like right now, right? If you see 10 lions coming down the street, are you gonna try to figure out which lion gonna bite your ass or not? You're gonna be like them 10 lions. So unfortunately, the real woman agree with too much these on, so we don't know the difference.
So I finally watched the Natalie Nunn and Cam Newton interview, and I must say, all y'all on TikTok are stupid. And at this point, I've come to the conclusion that they don't got their fathers because these baddies need some daddies. How can y'all sit here and say that Cam Newton was manipulating his bitch? He couldn't even say a word, and it was his show. So I have a couple things to say pertaining to the interview. And I wrote some notes down, but I don't even think I need my notebook because it's on my brain right now. First and foremost, Natalie Nunn, what the is wrong with you? She is prime example of how just don't know how to shut the up. Like, you weren't doing nothing but being loud and wrong. Talking about money this, money that, money this, money that. All you talked about was money. What else do you have? Do you have substance? Do you have logic? I don't think so, because you didn't use it. You don't even know how to read the room. You over here this is what she did. She was in her car on her way to that interview, and she Googled Cam Newton and was like, let me see what dirt I could get on him, because I know he gonna say something to me, and I need my lick back. You be weird. Natalie, we know you're a hoe. We seen your OnlyFans. You're on all these on OnlyFans. Let's stop acting like your husband and your daughter don't see this. Your daughter's old enough. She got an iPad. The internet is and these kids nowadays are way more advanced than we were as kids. They're nosy as So what you think you're trying to hide, we already know. Talking about Baddies is a show for women empowerment and to help women build confidence and character. Shut the up. How the f building confidence and character and y'all ripping out their hair from the scalp on national television? How the f are y'all working on character, confidence, and woman empowerment when y'all do nothing but bring down? Make feel like, boy, I'm gonna tell you this, if they
like self-checkout said, looks can be deceiving because it seems like men are shell-shocked. Anytime a woman is getting ready to say, or she's talking about her, well, I pay for this, I pay for that, you almost, at this point in time, you almost hold your breath because you're like, oh my God, here we go. I mean, I know we about to get some type of stupid stuff coming out of a woman's mouth. But when a woman says, he's not obligated to pay for my rent, you're kind of like, did I hear that correctly? I got to do a double take. And really, that's what it comes down to. There's so few modern women out here today that are aware that, hey, he's not my dad. He don't even really know me yet. He's not obligated to pay my rent. Now, when he starts to, when we start to date, when we get, we get together, then we're going to come up with something, right? And I mean, date, get together, married. Okay. No, I'm not saying that if y'all are, fiance and stuff like that, y'all are engaged, you can't do a little bit more. Like, hey, my fiance needs me to, come change the tire. Even you can change the tire for your girlfriend or whatever and whatnot. Honestly, you can change the tire just, being a good person, a good human being, right? But some things, when you go further into relationship, it's expected at that point in time. Doesn't mean that they need to be, oh, that's the bare minimum, because you should be grateful for that. Being grateful and saying thank you is the bare minimum. Oh, I don't give them a pat on the back, it's bare minimum. No, you need to give them a pat on the back, right? But like I was saying, you shouldn't expect people, total strangers, to be paying your rent. You're a beggar.
Women after 25 start wanting big ticket items that men can't afford and don't want to invest in. So this is why men say that women hit the wall after 25, because after 25, women start to want to settle down. They want to start to get a house in the suburbs. They want to start getting luxury vehicles. They want to start settling down, getting married, maybe starting to have kids at a certain point, or at least looking to it. And up until the age of 25, men can't really impress women with their finances if they're close to the same age. So if you're dating a 25-year-old and you're a 25-year-old, how's he supposed to impress you when you're ready to move to the suburbs, retire, and start having babies when he's barely entering into his career making 4 or 5 figures? So they tend to want to date younger because they can afford younger. And instead of, finding other streams of income or ways to make more money, they just tell the woman that they're not all that after the age of 25 because they can't afford them after the age of 25, and they cannot impress them after the age of 25 like an older man can. Because once a woman gets 25, she can literally date pretty much a 45-year-old, a 50-year-old, and get all bills paid, be on vacation, shopping, and sipping while this dude is still in the bars picking up 20-year-olds and impressing her by taking her to the movies. So it's very different when it comes to women. We have a biological clock, and therefore we're trying to move along ahead faster than these men are and faster than their pockets are able to. Okay?
This guy did a video about what I was wearing in the gym. He edited my video to put clothes on me.
What?
You let your woman out like this?
This has got nothing to do with clothes. This has got to do with certain men hating women. If I came into the gym with my nipples out, yeah, no one's going to say a word.
People care so much about what women wear in the gym. Think that we dress like this for male attention. Even if there was no men on this whole entire planet, I'd still go to the gym like this.
It's a sports bra, sports shorts, designed for the gym.
No matter what I wear, people are always going to comment on.
Our fella's weak. Doing anything so he doesn't argue with his beard. It's that beard, like, she'll want to wear everything, and he just accepts it. Be harsh with that. Is there any need for her to be wearing that in the gym? What's the need in that? What is the need? If you believe that it's all for herself, then you've been brainwashed, like. Women wearing stuff like that in the gym shouldn't be allowed, like. You say it's all for themselves, but really it is for male attention. That's why these clothes are made like that, to make people lust. Shouldn't be allowed. If your girl does want to go to the gym and actually wears acceptable clothes, good on you, you found a good girl. But the thing is, if your girl goes there like the way she does, she wants to be everyone's. Stay woke in these streets, big burn.
97% of women that go to college are not wifeable. And before you get emotional, studies have shown college-educated women are significantly more likely to delay marriage and prioritize career over family compared to previous generations. Going to college means spending 4 years conditioning women to be workers, to show up, follow instructions, climb the ladder, but by the time she graduates, she's perfectly trained to listen to her male boss more than her own man at home. Within those 4 years, women are placed into environments that normalize hookup culture, drinking, partying, hyper-independence, the whole I never need a man mindset, and also just the feminism that her college friends operate from. And because women are highly influenced by their environment, both emotionally and socially, most women unfortunately become products and conditioning of that culture without even realizing it. Not every woman, but 97% of women do, because a woman's natural instinct is to follow. And that natural follower instinct for women isn't a bad thing if they actually follow the right things. And let's be honest, it's hard to beat 4 years of indoctrination. That's why finding a feminine, family-oriented, disciplined woman today feels really rare. But don't worry, they're out there, but she just probably won't have a degree. And make sure to follow for more common sense content.
The men that get upset at women for wanting a man with money, here's an idea. Find yourself a woman that doesn't care about money. There are plenty of women in this world that think time and attention is more than enough. So go get them.
First of all, we're not gonna judge her because we are sinners like she is, and that's not our work, it's God's work. There are things in life that are way more important than only thinking about money. Yes, the Bible talks about the men should provide and protect, but why people think that providing is only money? That is not only about money. Providing is for a man being faithful, providing his faithfulness. Yeah, that's something the money can't buy, and it's way important than money. What other things a man can provide? Peace, clarity, Consistency. It's more important to have a man who is consistent with you, who show you that you are a priority for him, who bring you peace. And also you want a man who provides to be with you in the hard times, because everyone is with you in the easy times, but not everyone is with you in the hard. You want a man who provide maturity, wisdom, because some people are smart but they don't have wisdom. You know that? You want a man who bring you closer to God, not far away from God. So pay attention to that one, please. So there are more things in life that money can't buy. Pick the right one.
I think a lot of men still believe that women are mainly looking for a provider, when in reality, a lot of women are already providing for themselves now. We have our own money, we have our own career, we have our own apartment. But what a lot of women are actually craving isn't just a man who can pay for things, it's a man who knows how to listen, a man with emotional intelligence, a man who can communicate and understand nuance and actually make a woman feel seen. Because you can be with a man who does everything right on paper, but if he doesn't understand you on a deeper level, you're still gonna feel lonely in that relationship. And I think this is where a lot of women go wrong in dating, because they prioritize the surface level traits, status, money, confidence, chemistry, but they don't stop early enough to ask, does this person actually understand me? Can he hold emotional depth? Does he know how to listen without making everything about himself? Because if you don't prioritize that early on, you can easily end up in a relationship where you're deeply misunderstood. And I don't think that's talked about enough. A provider's great, but being emotionally safe with someone, being deeply understood by someone, those are the things that actually determine the quality of the relationship.
This young lady has a message to the men.
Okay, we need to normalize guys approaching girls at the gym because right now it's just awkward for everyone.
I've been seeing a lot of videos with women saying this, but I'm going to go ahead and translate what she's actually trying to say.
There will be a guy I see every day. We make eye contact. We do the little half smile thing. And then nothing ever happens.
So there's some guy in the gym. He's 6'8", built like LeBron James. They make eye contact and they smile at each other every day. And because of that, she feels special, not knowing he's making eye contact and smiling at a lot of girls in the gym because he's 6'8" and built like LeBron James.
This goes on for weeks. At that point, we're basically coworkers. I'm not asking to be hit on mid squat or anything, but if you catch me between sets and just say hi, that's not weird. What's weird is pretending we don't recognize each other after making eye contact 40 times. Like, grow a pair and come talk to me.
So fellas, let me be clear on what she's saying. She wants that guy to come talk to her, not you. Don't you go walking over there, you're gonna end up on a TikTok video. When these women say this, they are talking to specific men. They're not talking to all of us. So do not get tricked, do not get fooled. Don't let her shame you into doing it, trying to make us feel like we're weak if we don't go over there and talk to her. She's not talking to us. She is talking to him. And most of these women making these videos, they are talking to specific men. They're not talking to the rest of us. This is why you see some women online saying, don't talk to us, and other women saying, talk to us. Because the women who are saying, don't talk to us, those are the regular men approaching. The women who are saying, come talk to us, those are the good looking men that they want to approach. So don't get it twisted, fellas. I'm just trying to save you some time. That's all I'm doing.
Is it just me, or do men not approach women anymore? I hate dating apps. I do not want to get back on one. I'd like to meet someone IRL, in real life, in the wild. But this seems hard as hell, because if you're someone who doesn't go out to bars, it seems like at bars, it's socially acceptable for like people to approach each other. But everywhere else, like, you know, in a coffee shop or like in a restaurant or on the street, it seems like it's not like the norm anymore. Like, everyone just kind of minds their own business. And I don't know if this is just me or if this is just where I live. I live in kind of a small town, or if it's like we've almost swung too far in the other direction. Because I remember when I was a teenager, like 15 years ago, men were like coming after me. I don't like, it was like borderline, like it was harassment. Well, like, I don't want to be harassed. We don't need to do that. But at the same time, like, I don't know, I'd like people to talk to me. Like, I don't want, it feels like we've gone so far in the other direction where everyone kind of operates completely independently. They look down, like they pass someone, they don't even really say hi. They're looking at their phones. Like, they'll be like, oh, that person's cute, but they won't do anything about it. And this makes it really hard. I think when you're single, when you even just want to make friends, you want to connect with new people because everyone is just absorbed in their own world. Like, is everyone lonely? Like, is everyone, I don't know. It's just, I don't like this.
And once again, modern women don't really seem to understand that maybe you just shouldn't go out a certain way. Maybe if you're not looking for certain attention, you shouldn't go out a certain way. You know, there was a guy, I guess a woman was like, hey man, this guy put clothes on me. She was wearing a little gym outfit or whatever and whatnot, shorts all up her behind, that sort of thing. Hey, this guy put clothes on me. Why'd he do that? Oh, he shouldn't have to do that. Oh, well, and the guy was like, oh, well, it's because he hates you. If I dress something up and I hide something, it's because I hate it. How does that work? That doesn't make any kind of sense. But this is the type of stuff that modern women continue to talk about and continue to say. Men hate me because they're setting boundaries and they're building a perimeter around me. They must hate me. They won't let me be free. They won't let me go out there and do whatever the heck I want to do. There's rules to being with them.